Hey guys, Total Offense Shogun here. Today we will be opening a 25th anniversary Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box. This will be my first time ever opening this booster box and it is super nostalgic for me. I'm sure for many of us alike. The cards I will be chasing will be number 1, Blue Eyes White Dragon, number 2, Dark Magician, number 3, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then all sorts of stuff like Celtic Guardian to Gaia the Fierce Knight to Gaia the Dragon Rider. Is that the name? I'm a little rusty when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been doing other things, as you guys probably know from my uploading schedule. But tonight, I was actually going to make a video regarding a couple of deck profiles. But somewhere along the way, I decided to take a beer down, and now I feel like opening a product instead of showcasing a deck profile. So without further ado, I'm so excited. This is my first time ever ripping open a Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box. Today is May 29th of 2026, and as of today, this booster box is currently trading for about $225 US, or about $270 here in Canadian. So definitely not a cheap box by any means, and this is gonna hurt. Let's open this box. This is my first time ever opening such an expensive Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster box. Now I bought this last summer from Hobbiesville, so I did get it at a little bit of a discount compared to today's market. But just knowing the potential of, if I was to keep this sealed, how much I could sell it for. Here's the plastic wrap, a 25th anniversary LOB plastic wrap. Oh my god. So I will be honest, even as a kid, I've never opened the Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box. I was still in Asia, in Taiwan at that time. I think the first set I ever got into, the first booster box I ever got into was the PTDN. That was the Uvel set. I forgot the Phantom of Darkness, I think the set was called. Obviously before that, I had exposure to Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I watched the TV show, as many of us did, but that was my first booster pack. And then when I immigrated here to Canada many years after, I believe I did buy back a retro pack. I think it was Spell Ruler, the one that I bought back then. Obviously I didn't pull anything good, but yeah, just looking back at the show, the TV show, all the iconic monsters, the early Duelist Kingdom era, the even like super early, Battle City era. These were the monsters that were featured, and let me just stop rambling. I'm sure you guys will want to see the cards, so let's get into it. First pack didn't open as smoothly as I wanted to, which is okay. So with my ethos opening Yu-Gi-Oh! Products, it's always as long as I don't hit an Ultra, I'm happy, okay? First we have a Hein and a Sogen. I will put the rares on the side. Now I am also looking for centering because I am a fiend for grading these older Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, even though they're not old layouts or old editions. I'm trying to look for centered versions of cards that I like to potentially have graded. It was just a couple days ago that PSA came out with the news that they have shut down officially all the lower tiers of grading. So if you want to grade with PSA now, you have to go for the extremely expensive tier, which I believe is $80 US, or you can walk into their office or something like that. Maybe they have like a booth or something like that you can just walk into. But because I live in Canada, neither of those are really options for me, and also I don't have a PSA membership. But hopefully sometime down the road, or hopefully there's a different service that comes out that allows people to grade Yu-Gi-Oh! As of right now, the two services most people use are PSA and also ARS, located in Japan. 13th Flame, and Final Flame. I was gonna be like, damn, these names are very similar. Maybe it's the beer that started to kick in. Is this card centered? I feel like the border of these cards are very thin. I was just listening to a alpha investment video the other day. Or no, sorry, not alpha investment. Ruxin34 talking about grading with Premier Card Grading, and he received communication from Premier Card Grading that Yu-Gi-Oh cards are especially hard to grade because of their thinner borders. Apparently there's some sort of math they use regarding the axis and how much it is skewed either way, or up, down, left, right. And so it makes Yu-Gi-Oh a lot harder to grade compared to like your One Pieces or Pokemon cards. And yeah, you know, it is hard. Like in this day and age, it's already really hard to get a centered Yu-Gi-Oh card. We got a Dark Fire Dragon, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of the cards that we're pulling from this box is centered, which makes me a little concerned, because if we are to pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, for example, probably wouldn't grade very well. I wonder if this Lesser Dragon is centered. Maybe I shouldn't have had that beer before I started opening this, doing this unboxing. It does look pretty good, so I will set it on the side. We got a Beaver Warrior. This card looks to be a little bottom heavy, so I will put it in the pile. And a Kurama. This Kurama is looking pretty good, but a little left heavy. I will go ahead and first penny sleeve up this Lesser Dragon. Again, so many of these common cards, even just so nostalgic, reminding me of way back in the day when I saw them in the shows. Really cool. As I was saying, since PSA closed their grading, there really isn't any Yu-Gi-Oh card grading services out there, at least in North America. ARS is Japan exclusive still as of May 2026, and it doesn't seem like they will be opening global service anytime soon. And so, ooh, a Metal Dragon, that's really cool. It is a little diamond cut, so the bottom right is heavier, and actually, it is just swaying, like the right side's a little heavier. I don't think this would grade. And our first ultra rare, a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Okay, right away I'm seeing there's a, oh, that is a print dot, isn't it? That's too bad. We've got a print dot. Let me see if I can zoom in. We've got a print dot right above the D dot. Doesn't seem to be able to come off. And the whole card itself is uncentered. It is a lot more right heavy. For our first ultra, I mean, for an uncentered card, it's not a bad ultra. You know, if you are to get an uncentered card, you would, at least, you don't want to limp or anything like that. So we will take that. Our very first ultra rare from Legend of Blue Eyes, Red Eyes Black Dragon. All right, continuing on, a dark gray. Now this card looks pretty well centered. It's still a little shifted. I feel like all of these are a diamond cut. Unfortunately, a Metabat, Dragon Treasure, and a Green Phantom King, our second one so far, I believe. Damn, look at that Red Eyes Black Dragon. It really is too bad that the centering is so off. You know, there was a point in time where I really wanted to try to pick up a PSA 10 LOB Blue Eyes White Dragon. And here in Canada, I always wondered, why is that card $1,000? Like, if you look at the TCG player of LOB 25th Anniversary Blue Eyes White Dragons, they're about $10, $15, if that. And yeah, that's like, what, 100 times? 10 times, 100 times? Another Metal Dragon, and a right leg of the Forbidden One. That is our two ultras, unfortunately. No Blue Eyes White Dragon. And yeah, this is just very sadly extremely off-center. As I was illustrating, that is the risk you take with opening the 25th Anniversary LOB boxes. The centering is absolutely atrocious, unfortunate to say, but that's why the Gem in 10 cards are so expensive, because yeah, it's really hard to get a centered card. Now I guess from the rest of the packs, I'm hoping to get a Celtic Guardian, and whether we get the Trihorn Dragon or the Gaia the Dragon Champion, I believe that's the name now, I'll be happy with either of those. I just really wish it would be centered. If the card is centered, might be able to make some of our box back, but if not, then we are completely out of luck. Another Final Flame and a Sogan. Okay, we are safe on that pack. M Warrior number 2. That looks pretty well centered as well. I'm going to sleeve that up. Check that out. M Warrior number 2. Wee Phantom and a Steel Ogre Grotto. Alright. But yeah, as of right now, I guess you can go to Beckett, you can go to CGC, you can go to all the other 3-letter abbreviation grading companies out there that does Yu-Gi-Oh! But personally to me, their labels are thoroughly unappealing, PCG included. Like I really wanted to like PCG because I do watch quite a few of Alpha Investments videos, but it is just unfortunate, man. Their label looks like something that would have came out in the 1990s. It's for a brand, for a company that's this recent, it definitely doesn't reflect the technology we have out there today and also the desires of the collectible audience. A fissure and a mountain. Okay, so we are safe again. I mean, we don't have any ultra rares left, but you know, as long as we're just hoping for something centered at this point. A Red Medicine, Succubus Knight, a Root Water. I remember this being one of my very first cards. Actually, did I open an LOB? I don't remember, but this card looks awfully familiar. I'm gonna sleeve that up because that is very centered. A Hitotsumi Giant. I saw a card with a... Whoa. What is going on, man? We got a Curse of Dragon, but it is off-centered as well. I was gonna say, this Fusionist, look at the top of the card. Look at the top. My god, this card has been through the ringer. Damn. Well, Curse of Dragon, terribly off-center, but we will still sleeve it up because it is a holographic. I really hope we can find something that isn't off-center. Can we, please? What do we have left? 3 super rares and 1 secret rare. We got a Skull Servant, a Typhon, Dark King of the Abyss. Is this centered? Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and sleeve that. A Dragon Capture Jar, very off-centered, and another super rare, Swords of the Revealing Light, also off-centered, unfortunately. But it is a playable card, so, you know, in the deck profile that I was planning on doing, I wanted to mention this, but maybe I save it for that, or maybe I just say it here. Anyways, maybe I'll say it twice. So, I am quite a big fan of the 25th anniversary sets. I don't know what Konami currently has planned for the 30th anniversary, which lands on this year. Maybe they might introduce something later in the year. But for me, these nostalgic boxes really introduces a very attractive price point for people to revisit the origins of the game. And I know the sell-through rate online for these boxes isn't super high. They also stayed low in pricing for quite a long while. We got a Pot of Greed. I actually needed this for my Go deck. It's exactly this LOB version, so I will happily take that. Do I need to sleeve this up? Nah, I think it's okay. I'm just gonna set it to the side because I will be putting that in my deck sleeve. But yeah, I was saying that these 25th anniversary, whether it's Pharaoh Servants, Metal Raiders, Invasion of Chaos, they are very near and dear to my heart. and I have set out for myself to build a GOAT deck, specifically a Chaos Turbo GOAT deck entirely out of 25th anniversary cards. Now, you might already be thinking, if you are a GOAT player, that there are certain key cards that are not available in the 25th anniversary sets. For example, Torrential Tribute was not reprinted as part of the original sets. There were a couple other cards. For those, I am aiming to replace them with either Legendary Collection Yugi or Joey's World or Speed Duel cards. I am quite a avid Speed Duel player myself. I actually have a collection of all the Speed Duel tournament holo cards that I will share in a later video. But yeah, that is the project that I've embarked myself on. And so far, Swords of the Revealing Light and also Pot of Greed will come in very handy in that deck. Oh, there's also one other card that is a childhood chase card of mine that is in the Meta Raider set that I will be opening in the later video. I really want that card. I actually want that card more than the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that is the Summon Skull. Summon Skull was my absolute favorite card as a kid. I tried drawing it many times. I could never get the ratio right, and now I have adult money. Why try to draw it when you can just have it, right? So I really want to pull that card. Nothing to the sorts of, you know, I'm not going to stop until I pull it, because that can get very expensive very quickly. And at that point, I might as well just go buy a PSA 10 Summon Skull LOB 25th, sorry, not LOB, MRD 25th Anniversary Edition, but I at least want to pull it once, you know, just once. A Fire Yaru, a Dragon Capture Jar. This one's a little better on the centering, still bottom right heavy. And a Mountain. Okay. Tripwire Beast, Power of Kaishin. We're about halfway through. Unfortunately, exhausted both of our ultra rares. We got 2 super rares and a secret rare supposedly. Now I think secret rare is guaranteed 1 per box, but I've never opened enough of the 25th anniversary up for myself to know for sure. Spirit of Heart and a M Warrior number 2. This one is a little shifted. Fear of the Sea King. This is pretty well centered, I would say. I'm gonna go ahead and sleeve that up. A Man-Eater. And also a Urabi. Dark Rolled Thorns, Frenzied Panda, Machine Conversion Factory, Dark King of the Abyss, a Hane, and Flame Manipulator. Kumu Toko. Ooh, is this card centered? It is pretty centered, eh? I'll sleeve that up. You know, it's kind of a, what is it called? Consolation. Yes, consolation prize. How our holos are all, as of so far, highly uncentered. So we just end up resorting to sleeving up commons. Please, can we get a secret rare Trihorn Dragon that is centered? I will be very delighted. We've got an Umi, a Mystical Sheep number 2, Heart Armor, Raised Body Heat, a Giant Soldier of Stone, a very iconic card, and the Furious Sea King. Let me just check this card out for a moment. This was one of my favorite cards as a kid because you just literally can't get through him. He's a really big boy. I really want to sleeve it up, but it's quite off-centered. Maybe I'll try to pull another one that's centered. Dark Energy, Petite Dragon, and a Urabi. Okay, Skull Servant, Enchanting Mermaid, Nemuriko, Petite Angel, a Flame Ghost, and Sandstone. Firegrass, Legendary Sword, Green Phantom King. Alright, how many packs do we have left here? We've got a total of 7 packs left. Please. 2 of these are supers for sure, and one of these hopefully is a secret. I'm gonna start with the pack in the back. Hopefully we get some good luck. Dissolve Rock, Remove Trap, Masaki the Legendary Swordman, Misairu Zame, Gravedigger's Goal, and Drooling Lizard. 13th Grave, Basic Insect, and Book of Secret Arts. Okay, 6 pack left to go. Electro Whip, Larvas, Hitotumi Giant, Hitotumi Giant, another Gravedigger's Goal land, a forest. Interesting. Where are my other holos, I wonder? 5 packs left. Okay, so we have a above average chance for this pack to have something. King Fog, Remove Trap, Laser Cannon Armor, Masaki the Legendary Swordman, Reaper of the Cards. Wow, very cool card. One of the only effect monsters in the set that isn't a holo, and Metabad. Huh. Well, okay, 4 packs left. I'm starting to get scared. Am I not gonna pull a secret rare from this box? That would be terrible. That would mean the only cards that's worth value in here that we've gotten so far is the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I don't even remember what limb of the Exodia I pulled. Flame Ghost, Dark Hole, our second to last holographic card. This card is highly iconic, as I'm sure many of you guys would know if you played Yu-Gi-Oh at all. That isn't, you know, you didn't just start like last year or anything, because I'm not sure if Dark Hole is still meta. Got a Tripwire Beast, it's pretty well centered. I'm gonna sleeve this up too. Got a print dot on the card though. You know what, maybe I won't. The print dot is a little too obvious. Okay, well, one more super and secret. Let's take a look at the secrets in this one. You know, the bad part about getting down to the last couple of packs is you can't keep the dead packs. 2-pronged attack, and seems like a holo. Monster Reborn. Polymerization. That belongs there. Polymerization from LOB. Such a nostalgic card. A Mammoth Graveyard. I feel like this is our first one ever from today's opening. Interesting. Okay, well, a secret rare and a common pack. If this one is common, I'm gonna have to open this. Let's try it out. Oh, please. I need a secret rare that is centered for a comeback. Or just, I guess, a secret rare in general. Or like a terribly miscut secret would be cool too. Terror the Terrible, Yami, Machine Conversion Factory, Raised Body Heat, Charubin the Fire Knight, and Trihorn. Okay, the top looks pretty good. You know, out of all the cards that we pulled today, I hesitate to call this a centered card because it is obviously very left heavy, but it's such a good looking card. I'm coping, guys. It is off center. I'm coping. But I mean, compared to the Red Eyes Black Dragon, for example, well, the Trihorn is shifted to the left and the Red Eyes is shifted to the right. You know, if I submit like, well, whenever PSA brings back bulk submission, and I submit these alongside with like 50 other cards, which I don't know if I'm ever gonna submit that many cards in one go. I can probably sneak one of these by as a 10, but you know, in my heart, I'm gonna know that these are not 10s as far as sending goes. Maybe I should send them to ARS actually. if they ever open it to international customers. Might get a 10 there. But yeah, as you guys can see, these print quality of 25th anniversary packs, especially LOB, is terrible. I'm gonna keep this pack sealed just as a token of my memory of this unboxing session of Legend of Blue Eyes. This has been Total Offense Shogun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.